ॐ आनंदमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे Sri Aurobindo Mira is my refuge. Namaste, good evening, Vande Mataram, welcome all of you. We are going to discuss now a very interesting topic. The topic's caption will be on all work are equal in mother's eyes. So there is nothing like good or bad work or bad work, big work or small work, the work of choice or work of rejection, nothing like this, because all the work are equal in the mother's eyes, as Sri Aurobindo quotes. Couple of sentences will directly quote from Sri Aurobindo regarding this topic. Sri Aurobindo asks, in work there must be a rule and a discipline. Initially Sri Aurobindo quotes here. In work there must be a rule and a discipline, and as much punctuality as possible in regard to time. So that punctuality must be there, and as much as the punctuality must be maintained. There must be a rule and a discipline in the work. Again, Sri Aurobindo quotes, what is good work and what is bad or less good work. Good work, less good work, and bad work. How can you differentiate? There is absolutely no bar, no point of differentiating like this. All is the mother's work and equal in the mother's eyes. Whatever the work is given with the mother's instruction, and the mother, it is actually mother's work. So when the work is designed and designated by the mother, through the mother, for the mother, so what is that good or what is less good or what is bad? So all the work are equal in the mother's eyes. And these are the so-called in mother's work. Another good quotation as quoted by Sri Aurobindo, it is very interesting. So Sri Aurobindo quotes here very interestingly. There is no higher or lower work. There is no higher or lower work. All work is the same, provided it is offered to the mother. Initially, it was quoted, this is the mother's work, and if it is same, if the work is provided, is offered to the mother and done for her and in her power. So with her work, with her power, done for her, with the instruction and guidance of her, then if it is done, being consecrated, the work is done in the spirit of consecration, then what is the higher work, what is the lower work? So it is not there, not such differentiation in this capability, in this within the premises when we are working for the mother. So again, Mother Sri Aurobindo quotes, by turning his action Godward, the life of man best and most surely begins to become divine. So divinization starts only through the by turning his action Godwards. Any action you are doing, if it is turned Godwards, if you are giving, the consecration is there. It is done in the power of, in the name of the divine, for the sake of the divine, by the power of the divine and the strength of the divine. It is naturally that divinization starts. The life of man best and most surely begins to become divine. That is the starting point. Again, it is through work that one can detect and progressively get rid of the feelings and movements that are ordinary to the yogic ideal, those of the ego. So, thing is, when we are turning everything towards the divine, it is there the consecration towards the divine in kaya mana bhakya, in vital, physical, and mental. If it is consecrated to the divine, there is no chance of getting inside, staying inside the ego. One must be detached from ego. There must be no demand for fruit and no seeking for reward. Already we have seen many get good definitions from Sri Aurobindo. We have read and we have, of course, tried to understand. Here we'll take some more definition that is actual, that will be seemingly very new and unfamiliar to us, but these are the very interesting definitions as defined by Sri Aurobindo. To be able to be regular is a great course. That regularity, punctuality, that in time work, to be able to be regular is a great course. One becomes master of one's time and one's movements by being regular. That regularity is a prime factor here. That is a most considerable and most awarded factor here, most interest intended factor here. A resolution, sometimes we do. What is that resolution? Resolution means the will to try to get the thing done in the given period of time or given fixed time. That is the resolution. It is not the binding that our promise may not be done, but the thing is that we must try to do it, complete up. ये टाइम में ख़त्म करना है, बस ये resolution लेना है, ये काम. With the promise that the thing will be done by this time, even if it is not, the endeavor will be have to be continue, and just as to date time is not, even if not fixed, we will try to complete up as quick as it is possible. We can remember that example when the ashram, that honesty in charge was there, mother asked for this construction of the building, asked how long it will take, just there was actually work pressure. He estimates it will be, the time period will be around 3 months. Mother course 3 months, it is a very big time. You start from now, within 15 days we have to complete it up. And it was actually, he was in a hurry. So day and night he tried on a single chair, he kept sitting on the work spot, and mostly it was complete almost within 15 days. The days and nights were almost similar, but thing is that behind everything, behind that attitude, behind this promise, there was the presence and almost that the blessings of the mother. So we'll go again, and we'll see how mother quotes very interesting definitions about the work and attitude. Here in the course here, the fast and always on your keeping the right attitude and in the true psychic and spiritual atmosphere. Attitude must be right attitude, and keeping the true psychic and spiritual atmosphere, and allowing the mother's force to act within through you. That is the most requisity, basic requisity for the success and of the work. It depends upon the success and failure. That attitude must be there. Again, you are to be always concentrated. That is the big things here in the course. You have to be always concentrated, always referring all difficulties for solution into the force that is being sent from here. Here means from the Divine Mother, from the ashram, from that spiritual atmosphere. Always letting it act, or not substituting your mind or separate vital or impulse. Everything must be done in the psychic spirit. Then again, you're in the course, proceed with your work, never forgetting the conditions of the success. Never forgetting the conditions of the success. You just proceed. That is the Parmenavadhikarastu Mahaphalesu. So work is given, we have to do, that attitude must be there. This is divine work we have to do. And this inner right attitude must be there. Don't lose yourself in the work or in your ideas or plans, or forget to keep yourself in constant touch with the true source. Never forget the true source, that the true attitude, it must be taken care of. Don't allow anybody's mind or vital influence or influence of the surrounding atmosphere in the ordinary mentality to come between you and the power and the presence of the mother. So power is coming, it is working through you. You are very much receptive for that. It will come. You will allow. You will open yourself to the power that will come, and it will act in you. You must be simply a witness and allow the power to divine power to work in this atmosphere. Thing is that one thing you must have, that is the attitude, and nothing, no lower force or more vital force must come in between you and the power that is come to act through you. That must be taken care of. Again, but here in the course here, it is very satisfying to have closed so well the work you undertook from for the mother. Something is completed, accomplished in the very beautiful manner, overcoming all the difficulties and ending such the satisfactory result. That is very big thing has been accomplished. But your work for the mother is always sure to be the same through consciousness and skillful and inspired by a firm faith, oneness for to her thoughts. That firmness must be there, that inspiration must be there, that skillful attitude must be there. that consciousness will be must be there. So these are the thing thorough, so must be there. Which of things, if these are there, then success is bound to come, because success is not the human success, or you are not doing, you are doing, of course you are the instrument, and the mother's force is acting over you, through you, so you are just the base adhar. So, orderly harmony and organization in physical things are necessary. Harmony and organization in physical things are necessary, part of the efficiency and the perfection, and make the instrument fit for the whatever work is given to you. So, again, we are in the course here. It is by constant inner growth. It is by constant inner growth that one can find a constant newness and unfailing interest in life. Constant newness, unfailing interest, the interest that is that never fails. So there is no other satisfying way. The impatience, sometimes we get impatience. The thing is to keep the quality and get rid of the defect. For that you must have the patience. Impatience is it hurts. Things is going wrong, is the defect of the quality. So insistence on accuracy and order, that is the requirement, so we have to do it. Fixed rules have to be made for the management of the material things. Some rules must be there. Without rule, everything never goes actually in the same performance, so something must be there. And but in a matter of the inner development and the sadhana, it is impossible to map out a plan fixed in every detail way. So when you are progressing, when you are gaining the in sadhana, so there that attitude, that actually that style of work, it varies actually. Then you say every time you shall stop here, there, in this way, on that line, no other, that is not required, because you are not in the ordinary consciousness, you are progressing in the yogic consciousness, something, and you are gaining now. It is, things are being progressive each day by day, so no fixed rule, but thing is that you have to go that way. Again, we'll see a couple of things very interesting. We'll see it. There is a consciousness in each physical thing. Sri Aurobindo tries to remind us there is a consciousness in his physical things with which one can communicate. That consciousness, the consciousness of communication. Everything has an individuality of a certain kind, houses, cars, furniture, etc. Has its ordinary individuality. Everything has an individuality of the certain kind. Houses, like certain kind of individuality, houses, cars, furniture, etc. The ancient people knew that, and they knew it, and they saw the spirit of or genius in every physical being. So when we what about the physical thing, when we feel about the physical things, there is a consciousness in them, a life that is not the life or the consciousness of man and animal that we knew, but still secret and real in that consciousness, like the whatever you are using, car usage for furniture. So here, what happens actually, still in the course, the feeling of being consciousness, the feeling of all being consciousness and alive comes when our physical consciousness, and not the mind only, awakes out of the obscurity and becomes aware. And normally our mind is packed with obscurity and unaware. When it becomes aware, when it awakes out of this obscurity, one in all things, and aware of the one in all things, the divine is everywhere, that feeling must be there. So we'll go. The rough handling is a bad thing, and careless breaking, wastage, misuse of physical things, and denial of is a denial of yogi consciousness. It does not help. It is not yogi consciousness, and a great hindrance to the bringing down to the divine truth, to the material plane. So we must be conscious. That must be the attitude. Must be there. Thank you.